Welcome, my mortal friend, to JavaScript. With JavaScript we can read and change HTML, and it's easier than you think. We can write JavaScript anywhere inside our HTML. But we need script tags. To access elements with JavaScript, we do this in steps. We call first the document object. This will give us access to everything on the page. Next, we write a dot and call a very powerful function named querySelector. Its name explains what this function does. It is a selector. We can target anything on the page using CSS. Yes, we are familiar with CSS. Now inside the parentheses and always inside quotes, we will target our heading and change its text. Observe the browser. Excellent. In our first interaction, we changed the text without touching the HTML. But what if we want a user to change the text? Clicking on a button. Oh, challenge accepted. Let us create first a button that says change the text. Then inside the opening tag, we write onclick equals double quotes. And then we paste in the whole statement. I will click the button. Excellent. Now the onclick keyword is an event listener. It watches carefully the button and waits for someone to click it. And then it executes the command. And most importantly, we can do this with any element. Now I will click on the heading. Excellent. Now this works, but imagine writing large amounts of JavaScript inside HTML. The page will become a complete disaster. In our previous lesson, we learned to write our CSS in an external style sheet. We can do the same with JavaScript. So let us create a new file named script.js. Now we must tell the page where the JavaScript file is. In the opening script tag, I will type in the source attribute and set its value to script.js. Next, I will take the code from the onclick event listener and place it inside our external JavaScript file. And just like that, our JavaScript now lives in its own file, cleaner, darker, more powerful. Reloading the page, we get the same result. Now let us clean our HTML. Much better. Now let me show you how to target an element by its class name. Inside the querySelector, and remember always inside quotes, I will write .title. Exactly how we target elements in CSS. Also, beside the class, elements have also an ID attribute. The difference between class and ID is simple. We can apply the same class name to multiple elements, but the ID has to be unique on the page. And to access the element using the querySelector, we place a hashtag in front of the name. Different selector, same result. Oh, the bell rings and another class is over. Our first JavaScript lesson was easy and simple, and so will be every lesson. I will make sure of that. Do not fear JavaScript. Now go and rest, my mortal friend. Practice what we learned. Don't be lazy like Renfield. And remember, like and subscribe, or I visit.